Hello, and welcome to the iamGEEK podcast. This is episode 306.
What?
And we are going to be talking pirates and the skeleton crew tonight. That is, yo ho ho. Welcome. I'm your host, Ryan, joined by my brother, Chris, and our good pal, Katrin.
Yar.
And Captain Ray is back with us tonight. I don't think I can keep this up the whole time.
I think you've gone Seth Rogen. What's happened?
Oh my!
I'm wearing a. For those not listening or watching, I've got my only pirate garb on.
Is that like a shower cap?
Well,
Pirates don't like to get their hair wet.
Oh, it's leatherish. I guess.
yeah. See, this is supposed to go over your eye.
Oh,
For a child.
For a child.
Your third eye?
Yeah. I can put it in the middle.
Forehead eye.
Oh gosh, it is like a swim cap though. There we go.
There you go.
There you go. Perfect.
Now it's like Star Wars because I have like a third eye, like an alien or something.
Yes.
Yeah, alien pirate.
Let me use my third eye.
patch for your Doctor Strange eye.
Sorry.
Hey, this looks better than the Doctor Strange eye.
It does.
Oh.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take the shower cap thing off. It's like rubber for like a rubber mask.
Wow.
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
There it is.
Look
If
at
I ever
that.
on a Disney
Didn't
cruise, I should wear this to pirate night.
Yeah.
I didn't know pirates had
Please
rubber
don't.
caps.
Please don't.
It's a little strange because it doesn't quite fit your head right
Yeah.
I know that's what makes
with
it
the
funny.
patch.
They wear those when they go swimming.
Oh, that would be funny to wear to the pool.
There you go.
I don't want to get my hairs wet.
Arr.
Well, if we haven't run you off yet, welcome back, everybody.
Man,
I'm Geek. It's been a while.
2
We had
months.
like Thanksgiving, Christmas. I was stuck in Alabama for like 9 days. Like literally stuck there in a random hotel. Couldn't escape. It's locked
That's
down.
Alabama for you.
Yeah, we flew into Alabama right after Christmas, day or so after Christmas, to see her family. We land, we get a text. Jennifer, my wife, gets a text saying, "Your dad has the flu." And we're like, "What?"
Uh-oh.
And then the rest of her family ended up getting the flu, so we couldn't see them. We just stayed in this little hotel because the plane tickets to change them were very expensive. So there we go. Speaking of travel, I thought I would make an announcement at the top of the show while people may still be listening.
Good idea.
You're leaving the country.
No, I don't want.
Back to Alabama.
It's sort of like leaving the country. No, I am starting a new adventure, not a pirate adventure,
Oh,
but a
what?
new.
No.
Maybe it lead to
I mean,
that.
it could be.
Could lead to
Yeah,
that.
I know.
You never know. Our good friends who've been on the show, David Dollar, Jen Novotny. You may have heard of them if you're listening for a while to us.
The Main Street Electrical Podcast.
Yes. Jen Novotny is the owner of Upon a Star Travel Agency, and David Dollar works with her there as a travel agent. And we've been in talks, and it looks like I'm their newest travel agent.
What?
Oh, yeah. So
Hmm.
I'm doing all the trainings now. I'm getting it all done, which has been really exciting. A lot of training. There's a lot of training, a lot of videos to watch. I've been doing it. And I'm basically, I'm a Disney guy. I'm an Orlando guy. Hopefully one day I'll be a cruise guy. But I'm going to specialize in all things geeky trips because I love Disney. I'll specialize in Disney trips, Universal with Epic Universe coming up. I mean, you're going to want to go, and I'm going to help you make it easy. So if you are traveling, and not just to the Disney parks, but anywhere, you can email me at ryan@uponastartravel.com to start with. I'm setting up a Facebook page, and then I'll set up probably other social media stuff too. I think the Facebook page is up there. There's nothing on it right now because I'm still putting it up, but it's like Ryan Street and then put Upon a Star Travel and it should pop up. But yeah, uponastartravel.com to see all the do. But they are they're earmarked. They're one of the elite Disney travel agencies.
Nice.
Great
Ooh.
people. So I can't wait to start just helping people.
Best of the best.
Yeah, best of the best,
Mhm.
definitely. I said if I'm going to do this, it had to be with the best of the best, and I believe they are the best of the best.
Mhm.
But I want to help people have magical trips wherever they're going, and so hopefully I can help some of our listeners, some of people watching, and if you have friends that need travel, Ray, if you want to go to Disney, just let me know.
Hook me up.
I'll hook you up. Get the best deal
The
out
problem
there.
is the only
All
way
right.
they would take him is he had to bring us along with him, and
Oh.
we have to do it too. So
Oh yeah, sorry, Chris.
is-
Yeah, you gotta.
Okay.
no
All right.
deal unless the whole group comes.
I keep all the money though.
So
Also,
is it Once Upon a Time Travel whatever presents
no,
iamGEEK?
upon a
Or
star travel.
Not yet.
Once Upon a
Not yet.
Star.
No, upon a
No.
star travel. Let's not confuse
I'm
people.
sorry. Once Upon a Time
No,
in
you're all-
Philadelphia.
can you get him off? Of
I was
here?
born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days.
You're
Upon a star
ruining the
travel.
sponsorship.
Upon a star
travel.
travel.
They're not
Not as
they're-
.com.
See, now I'm getting it to where like the only stipulation is if you don't bring me.
Can you, Katrin, can you mute him just until we get through this? And I'm still making kyber crystals. So you can check that out at iamGEEK Shop on Etsy. And I think I'm going to start. I've been designing wands for like Harry Potter wands.
What?
There you go.
Like designing my own versions of them. So they're not going to look, but they're going to be cool.
And they have kyber crystals in them.
Sort of. No, actually, they do on the ends. They're going to have like a crystal
Nice.
on the end. So one of my crystals is going to be like on the end of the wands. Anyways, so if you have any travel questions or anything, let me know. Ryan at uponaStarTravel.com. I can't wait to hear from you guys. But let's get on to, I guess we got some news, and then we're going to dive headfirst into Skeleton Crew. But we'll do the news first.
Right off the plank.
Right off the plank. Nice.
Today it was announced that the Switch 2 is actually happening and it is coming. I mean, we knew it was happening.
Ooh.
But did you guys see the promo for it?
No.
I did not.
I did.
It was a pretty cool promo, I thought.
I liked the promo. It was fun. It was simple. The imagery I think was really cool. It basically starts with the original Switch and then kind of slowly morphs into like the Switch 2. The
Bigger, better
parts.
version.
So sell me on it, Chris. Why would I need a Switch 2?
New Mario Kart.
There you go.
Okay. Is it actually bigger? And
It is
It's bigger. It's
Okay.
it's definitely bigger. It's got looks like it's got actual like better stand, like built-in kind of stand with it.
Actually stand it up.
And
The controllers,
USBs aren't hidden inside the little panel.
yeah, nothing's hidden inside. Everything's like accessible.
Yeah.
And the controllers that attach, like on the old one, they slide in and they could get stuck at times and weirdness or whatever.
Yeah.
They just click right in.
Oh,
Just like a
that
little
magnetic
USB.
snap-on? Okay.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
part
just like
I'm
a little
not
USB
sure about.
port.
Yeah.
Like, how sturdy is that? I guess it has to be, right?
It's
They've
gotta
got
be.
that figured out. Right?
But I'm guessing it still kind of locks in in some way.
All the old games it's all backwards compatible.
Yeah, it'll play the old games.
Oh, it will. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it'll play the old games.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Sweet. It looks cool. It looks cool.
It looks
And
good.
the new Mario Kart is a more cartoonish style. They've sort of gone a different. No, it looks cool, but sort of like Mario Wonder, that style, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Donkey Kong, they redid him, and he looks like the old Donkey Kong. So it looks pretty fun.
Yeah.
Birdo was there. So.
The buttons on the controller are bigger too, right? On the like when you're playing with
I believe so.
separate, like the shoulder buttons are bigger instead of those tiny little.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
the thing with
man-sized.
the thing with this one, the one they have now is like my hands would start to cramp a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
because It's so small.
Yeah. They should have called it man-sized Switch. Or
Man switch.
A man with
Man Switch.
manwich. Come on,
I mean,
Nintendo.
those buttons are still pretty small with the joysticks, but it's like when you turn it sideways, those shoulder buttons are bigger. Is what I'm.
Yeah,
saw.
I think so.
But I don't know.
Looks cool.
It's cool
It's going to be expensive, just like their other ones, but
for a while.
for a while. So we wait.
Better screen. It's probably an upgraded.
Yeah.
Graphics and
graphics and resolution and all
I
that.
believe so. Mm-hmm.
You always know when a Nintendo product is going to like go cheaper when around November comes around. They come out with a box set that has like Mario Kart included, and then you're like, oh, they're getting ready to wind this one down because they're bringing out Mario in the bundle or whatever. Wait for the bundle; it'll be here.
And you said you heard they're getting the Halo bundle, right? Is that what
Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
That would took me by surprise. I was like, what? But yeah, even the games look more not exactly adult oriented, but leaning that way because you have the Master Chief. They're going to have a new Metal Gear Solid. They're going to have a new what's the is it Rainbow Siege or what are those?
Rainbow Six Siege.
Tom Clancy.
Tom Clancy. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a new one of those. They're going to have a Metroid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finally.
A new Metro Prime 4 or something like that.
They've been teasing that for a while, I think.
Yeah.
So it's going to be. Trying to think what else they basically said was coming out. Like one of those
Mario Party,
one of those Mario Rabbids games, which.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
It's Rabbit Mario.
Yeah. So there we go. So that's the Switch 2. Also, there was a bunch of trailers that dropped. I mean, some of them we won't talk about because there's like a bunch of horror movie trailers dropped. Did you notice that? Like a new Stephen King movie, a new. It's based on a video game. Until Dawn. Trailer dropped, and there's been. It looks cool, but I didn't know anything about the game. But I guess if you like the game, you're like, yeah, they're butchering our game. It's like, really, who played the game?
Wow. Sorry.
It looks pretty cool though. They get trapped in this cabin, and there's this like on the front of the game. If you've ever seen it, it's got like an hourglass.
Okay.
And there's an hourglass on the wall, and it turns. And every night, some different horror genre tries to kill them or does kill them, and then they wake back up, and then it's in the new horror style, and they have to survive till dawn. But so it looks
Dead by Dawn. What was it? Game we played for a while.
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
Daylight. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, this is Death. What did I say it was? Death Till Dawn?
Yeah.
Something like that. It looks cool. But the big trailer that was released was the new Daredevil trailer. And let me tell you, they're not holding back. No, that trailer, there was some disturbing stuff in that trailer. I was like, have they been playing Doom Eternal?
They were snapping some limbs.
Yeah.
It's like, is Chris working on this?
They're like, hey, don't worry. We know it's going to be on Disney Plus, but we still got all the good stuff.
That arm break was like,
I know.
Oh, yeah, you don't even really see it break. It's just you
he's in a white shirt.
It looks like it breaks.
Like blood.
Yeah, just like, yeah. The leg kick got me where it was. They're like in an alley, and the guy he's like leaning up against the wall, and his leg's there, and someone like jumps up and just lands right on their leg, and it's very quick. You just see the leg just go like that.
It looks cool. I'm glad that Kingpin is back because that actor I think is like
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Perfect Kingpin.
He's great.
He's so good, and he seems to be like a really nice guy in real life. Because I remember long ago when Daredevil was canceled from Netflix, I just put it like I don't know if it was Twitter or what it was. It was on some social media. Could have been MySpace for all I know. I just put his name and said, best Kingpin ever. Wish we could see more. And he like immediately responded. hey, thanks so much. Love doing it. Hope that I can reprise the role one day. Blah, 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 blah. So it seems like a good guy. So I'm glad he's back. And that scene of basically the two, him and Daredevil just sitting in a
Cafe.
talking.
Yeah,
That was
talking,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
It's the scene from Deadpool and Wolverine when they're just sitting in the cafe. Like, we need a cafe scene that worked really well in Deadpool and Wolverine.
There we go.
Right.
And then later on, they're going to go out and get into a Honda Odyssey, and then that's when things get crazy.
What?
Yeah.
Whole fight scene just in the car.
Was the his Froggy or what? Was that him or was that somebody different?
Yeah.
No, that's him. He's lost. It looks like
okay.
lost
I
some
was
weight.
like, that doesn't look like him.
Foggy. Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Been a while.
Trimmed down.
We'll find out if any of them got like snapped away or anything.
Possibly. Maybe, yeah. Who's the villains? Because there's a bunch of masked people in the trailer.
Well, they're not all necessarily villains.
Oh.
But more vigilantes.
Oh.
Anti-hero.
More
Yeah,
vigilantes. Okay.
Yeah, I know one of them is White Tiger.
Okay.
The other one, I can't think of his name. I didn't really read any comics with him, and he's more of a newer character. It's the guy. He's got like it looks like blood, and it's dripping down.
Yeah. It's creepy.
But yeah, he's more like I want to say he's more kind of a Punisher type.
And the Punisher's going to be back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I never watched the Punisher show.
Oh,
Did
it's good.
What?
Yeah.
I liked it.
I liked it. It was hard to watch too. I mean, it was
it's
pretty gruesome, but it was good. It was really good.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Did it say when it's coming out?
March 4th.
March.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and if you didn't notice, Bullseye's back as well.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah.
Bullseye's. Oh, he was in the season 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was like in the last season, I think.
Broke his back or something.
Something like that, yeah. But he didn't fully become Bullseye. He was just he was the character, and he was masquerading as Daredevil.
Benjamin Poindexter.
Mm-hmm.
Muse,
that's the other character, yeah. The drippy blood eyes.
Drippy blood eyes. Just call him that.
I'll call him Drippy Blood Eyes.
Yeah, that's what it is.
There was also news of the Mando and Grogu movie that has left a lot of people scratching their head. Like, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I hope it's good. I mean, the bounty. They said that there's going to be a bounty hunter from the Clone Wars in it. That's like everybody's like, really, that guy? And then there's going to be Jabba the Hutt's son. And I don't know.
I feel like we're going back to the Clone Wars a lot. Let's grab some more things from the Clone Wars.
Let's just pull this plot from the Clone Wars.
Yeah. Let's see. I did hear that there's a rumor that they've greenlit 3 more animated series, Star Wars series.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So I don't know what it would be, but
those seem to be pretty good. Tend to be pretty good.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty
good. They've got a good track record. I didn't watch the Rebels. Not the Rebels. The
Resistance.
The Resistance. I tried, and I just
everybody tried.
You resisted.
Yeah.
Even my son. Yeah. I mean, he was younger then, but we turned it on. He was younger then, and we watched like 1 or 2 episodes. And I'm like, "Do you want to watch another one?" He's like, "No."
We never watched the 3rd season of Bad Batch. We watched the first 2 seasons, but never. I don't know.
It was good. The final was that the final season? Was it the 3rd season?
The 3rd was the final season.
Yeah.
I really liked the last episode, how they sort of summed it up. I thought they did a good job with it. And let's see, other news. Dino Land is gone.
At Disney World.
Yes. Animal Kingdom Disney World has been closed down.
It's been gone for a long time.
Yeah. The Earth used to be Dino Land.
Yeah. I watched I just want to say this about it because they've already started taking down the signs and everything. I watched some of the footage from the last day, and if they had done what they did on the last day as a daily thing, it would probably still be open.
Really? What'd they do?
They had roaming characters. They had entertainment. They had games like crazy going in there. They had the roaming characters was Chester and Hester that owned the store. Were wandering around Dino Land in character, like greeting people and like doing like mini shows and stuff. I'm like, why didn't you just do all of this when the freaking land was open to people instead of waiting till the last night?
It's amazing when you make an effort, what you can achieve.
I know. I mean, it was funny. They were like, yeah, it was like two older people they had playing as actors, and they looked like they were from that era of roadside attractions and stuff. And they're like, don't worry, get us your information. Let us put it in our flip phone. We're moving everything. We're packing everything up, and we're moving it to the nearest Party City location, and we're going to open it back up.
They're gone.
I mean,
too.
it was they're just take over the Party City location.
No,
but it was funny. Like it looked, and everybody looked like they were having a good time. And I'm like, see, that's why Disney needs live entertainment and roaming around the park and stuff, because it just brings the atmosphere up. And that's even if stuff is like dead, it brings the area back up. So I don't know why that show that was a weird choice to me. Like, if you're gonna kill it, just let it die instead of like bringing all the fun stuff the last night. But
kind of giving it a blowout, I guess, for fans of the land. But
yeah, I guess.
I mean, I never had a problem with Dino Land in its concept, but once they added the whole carnival roadside thing and then try to well, it's part of the theme. It's part of the. I'm like, no, it's part of you being really cheap and wanting to add attractions and spend $1. That's what this is. You can't. But it's the theme. The roadside. Do something cool. I mean, Countdown to Extinction was kind of cool. I mean, the idea and some of the concepts that they had to have the excavator coaster and stuff like that. I mean, they could have made it cool, but they chose.
And even with the cheap way out, they play. When something would break, they'd just be like,
yeah, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just kind of,
So I'm sort of, this is the one Disney park thing that I'm sort of glad it's closing down, because I'm looking forward to what's going to come. I know Caitlin's going to miss the dinosaur ride.
Yes.
But it'll still be there. It'll just be with a cooler Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm
it'll just be different.
That's fine. I think it'll be good. I'm excited for it too. We will get to ride it one more time this year. So
there you go. They're keeping it open just for you.
I know.
I called them and said, "Listen, keep it open for Caitlin."
Yeah, appreciate it.
They're gonna just ride that ride all day, just that one. Yeah. Nothing else. Over and over.
We would have been riding Big Thunder, but it's closed.
Yes, January 6th for over a year. It's going to be closed.
Yeah, maybe less.
I don't know. But hopefully, again, that's all good things. They're going to redo the track, spruce it up a little bit. So hopefully it comes back and there's no random Pixar characters roaming around.
Woody's all over the place.
it's
Jesse. So they are redoing the track? Is that what's happening?
They've been pulling pieces of it out.
Yeah, they're redoing the track. I think that's one of the reasons why it's been going to be closed so long. And I think it may be putting in new effects like they have in Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
I would love it because I know Space Mountain just turned 50, like this past week. It had its 50th anniversary. And I would love it if they would redo the track on Space Mountain because I cannot ride it anymore.
Yeah.
Which hurts. I mean, I love going on Space Mountain. I used to love going on Space Mountain, but now it's like getting beat up for me going on Space Mountain. It's so rickety, and then you go next door and you go on Tron and it's like, oh my gosh, this is so smooth.
The one in Disneyland is
it's so good.
It's so smooth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they really need to give that one some TLC.
Yeah, in another 50 years, I'm sure they'll.
Yes. For the 100th, we're gonna gut it and put the one that we're building in Tokyo.
Well, cool. I think that's pretty much all the news. Now it's time to dive in to the latest Star Wars show on Disney Plus, The Skeleton Crew. Now, I had high hopes for this show.
Mm-hmm.
But after the Acolyte, I was sort of like, is it going to be good? But personally, I was surprised in it. I am a child that lived through the 80s and experienced the Goonies and all that 80s goodness. And I think this delivered, and I enjoyed it. Did you guys enjoy the ride that was the Skeleton Crew?
I did.
Yeah, I liked it. I had fun. I wasn't necessarily like, oh, I can't wait for next week type feeling.
Really?
But I did. But when it came on, I was like, oh, it's on, and so we watched it. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought the characters were good. Story was pretty good. Yeah.
I loved it. It's the first show. It's also the first Star Wars show that I've watched with my son when it's come out. Like the one that I haven't seen before, and then like, okay, let's watch this. That when it come out, and so he's loved it. It felt so 80s. It felt like just an adventure. Like, I'm glad that it was just an adventure. It wasn't, deep character development and all this stuff. It was just a popcorn 80s adventure, tassels and all.
Yeah, I like that they didn't like really tie in anything. Didn't have to have like a cameo necessarily of anything. Or
there's only one cameo, right? Only one, and it wasn't really a cameo, but just because we've seen him in Mandalorian.
Yeah, the pirate.
The pirate.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize it until I saw something online that he was
same guy.
that. Yeah, and I was just like, oh, okay, sure.
They all look the same to me.
Yeah,
aliens.
I wonder too about the ships at the end, like with the X-wings and the big, I don't know what you call the big shuttle or whatever that came through.
Yeah.
If maybe somebody was on it, you don't know who's on, like that we know from.
They showed one of the pilots, and he was. I forget what the alien race is called.
Yeah,
he was
in the one of the X-wings.
Yeah, he first made his appearance in one of the sequels.
Yeah,
that alien race.
Yeah.
But they didn't have like this character. Like they didn't have the dude with the beard that's been in everything that's an alien pilot.
Yeah, they didn't try to tie it into something else. Really, I mean, they had. To bring those things in at the end, and in the other scene where at the pirate land or whatever you want to call it, where everybody was, they did bring in some things that help you remember, oh, this is part of a bigger universe, but it wasn't like in your face. It was, oh, look, there's a little shuttle over there that I've seen before, but it wasn't, again, in your face. There's Grogu. Hey, he's here too.
Correct, but that's
right.
Well, truthfully, I mean, a lot of the like cameos or Easter eggs were like Captain EO and Rex from Star Tours and stuff like that. It wasn't even really
Pirates of the Caribbean
stuff. Yeah. So and even like SN33, it's Smee. That kind of piratey. That kind of piratey stuff, so that was kind of fun. So I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty fun. I was kind of disappointed in the finale, and throughout the show, there was a few things that I thought could have been better. And it's like, why are we taking this detour to this planet and worrying about Neil and his sort of love interest with? It kind of felt like we just like we went over here for a little bit and then we came back. So, but. All in all, I think it turned out pretty fun. I think the effects were really dynamite. I thought, I again, not to pick too much on the finale, but the speeder bike chase, which I thought went on a little bit too long in the finale, looked fantastic. I mean, it looked really, really good. And there were some shots in the finale with the big pirate ship and stuff, and I was like, wow, they put some effort and money into making this stuff look good. And I didn't think there was really any shots or anything throughout the entire series that looked sort of subpar or weird to me.
Mhm.
Everything looked
Yeah,
real good.
There wasn't any like things that just made you go like, "Whoa, fire in space." Why is there fire in space?
Even
And that.
even the acting, like even the kids, I thought all the acting was
No, they
great.
were great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they all did really good.
Fantastic. There wasn't one character that I was like, oh gosh, they're annoying. Like
Yeah.
everybody sort of had, like they had their own sort of little story without having to be like, here's my big story type thing.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
they had their backgrounds. We find out more about Silvo / Jod or
Mhm.
however many names he has by the end, which I found out that there was supposed to be a flashback or something, and they had an actress that was going to play the Jedi
Mm.
that took him in, but then they decided to, which I'm sort of glad they decided to not be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
sit back with me and let's
Yeah.
let me tell you my story. Like I'm glad they did it sort of like that, which
Yeah,
could set up the season 2 where they can go sort of
Mhm.
back,
I
or an
guess.
animated series
It
where they
was-
could just go through his life.
It was nice just to have a continuous story
Yeah.
too, and not a lot
Yeah.
of flashbacks and
Yeah.
Yeah.
explanations behind things.
And I like that they let the kids like just be kids, but
Yeah.
they weren't like they weren't stupid kids.
Mhm.
Really. I mean, they did
Yeah.
some stupid stuff, but it wasn't like just like, okay, come on, kid, you know not to do
Yeah.
this. It was more natural.
And they also
kind of,
weren't like Disney Channel kids where they were like uber smart and then all the adults were complete morons, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although the one dad, I'm pretty sure was a moron.
Wim's dad?
Yeah, he just I don't know.
Yeah. A little bit.
I thought it was a nice touch when, kind of on that same vein as when they were flying the ship out and it was just kind of shaking and not moving perfectly. You know, it's like 'cause you're thinking about a kid trying to fly a ship and they don't know what they're doing. You know, I mean that was kind of a stretch too. Is like you're flying the ship, you know, no training at all or anything, but it was, you know, it didn't go perfectly straight up. So I thought that was a nice touch to think about those little things like that. What could happen if kids were trying to do these amazing things.
Well, I love the ship design. The Onyx Cinder
Yeah.
was awesome. Before and after it like lost its shell. It was really
kind of weird.
It was really cool. And you know, the pirate ship again, the big one at the end.
Yeah.
The X-wings very carelessly blew up into the planet. It's like, what is this? I mean, if there was a giant ship over New York, I hope our military wouldn't just blow the thing up over the city. You know, maybe try to get it, you know, over here.
Yeah.
Maybe Chopper was in charge of it or something.
Maybe take him into custody. I don't know. I don't know what it is with the rebels. We don't like that. Let's explode it.
The moment they started firing that thing, I was like, oh, so that neighborhood's gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does make you think too, like what's going to happen next for them because now their protection's down or whatever. I don't know if they can turn it back on or not or whatever, you know. But they've destroyed everything. But they have like lots of money. So.
Well, and that was kind of my biggest complaint I was telling Chris about is that I kind of just felt like, I mean, I felt like the show was starting to like, it was setting up mysteries and, you know, add in, and they've been cut off, I mean, from the Republic for 20, I mean, you haven't had contact with the Republic for 20 plus years. You don't find that odd. No one in the Republic remembers that this place exists. Palpatine doesn't know that this place exists. And so then they never really explained the planet and why it was hidden and who knew about it and who didn't. And then everything just like ended. It was like, we saved the day. No epilogue with the kids, just the show's over.
Yeah.
We left Jod standing inside the tower. He's not in danger. He doesn't have his pockets full of gold like Long John Silver. He's not going to get away. He's just standing there. And it's like, really? That's it? We're done? The show's just, okay. We're finished. The story's done. Okay. I kind of thought there'd be more into this.
In case it flopped, right? They kind of left it in a place where it was just not a cliffhanger. Or exactly.
Yeah, it's like an 80s movie. I liked it that there wasn't I liked that it ended Like when it first ended like that, I was like, oh. But then I thought, like, what would they do? Like, because after that ending, I don't really want them to go back to like Wynn's house and he's like eating cereal and playing with his toys, and I don't want to see, because we already saw Jod or whatever his name is with the treasure at that one episode.
Yeah.
Like coming out of the thing. So I don't really want to see that again. So like where would they go unless it was like to set up a next season? So it sort of ended
at least
like
him getting away or something. I mean, I felt like the show, and this is another thing I just kind of thought I would like to have seen more of throughout the series. I like the episode where him and Wim are having a moment. And the show, it's obviously taking cues from Treasure Island, Treasure Planet, which is based on Treasure Island, old pirate, tales and so forth and so on. So I was like, okay, this is kind of the Long John Silver, Jim Hawkins kind of thing. I would have liked to have seen more of that because I felt like he knew Wim was into Jedis. He was pretending to be a Jedi. So I was like, this would be a very Long John thing to do to try to, endear himself to this kid who, idolizes Jedis so that he can manipulate him. And then, at the end, there's going to be some sort of do the right thing, save Jim, but get away with the treasure or just get away, period. And I felt like they touched on it and I was loving that, but then like they didn't really have those moments again. And then once he went bad, he was just bad up until like the last sort of moment where, you got a lightsaber, I got a pistol, I could clearly shoot you, but I'm just not gonna. Yeah.
I was on this kind of same feeling because it felt like they were on the cusp of that just relationship with him and the kids, to where it would be like he seemed like he was gonna start caring for him, but then he didn't, and then he went full bad, and then like he was threatening them, but he wasn't necessarily threatening kids. He was more threatening the parents to get the kids to behave. And so it seemed like it was like just on the edge of him, like, maybe like caring and like doing something good, like Long John Silver type thing. But then it just pulled back, and it was just like, oh, just standing there, they're leaving. When like starts to like say, come with us or something. But even that moment felt like it was like there, but then gone.
Yeah, I was just
It just felt like it was on the edge the whole time of doing something with that, and it never quite got there. Yeah,
he was just turned out to be bad. He was just a bad guy.
I loved his character though.
Oh,
if they wanted to do a prequel or something, just a pirate show, him with the pirates doing pirate stuff. I mean, that would be great.
Yeah.
So
that's what the next Pirates of the Caribbean should be.
Should be
Pirates of the Caribbean
in space. Who is your favorite character?
Smee.
Yes, he's good. Yeah, Smee's great.
Favorite character? Probably Jod. I love
Jod. Okay.
Jude Law was just great. He was
I'd probably go with Jude Law. I really liked Smee, but
Smee
overall,
who's your favorite kid?
Ooh.
I know who my favorite kid is, and it's not who I thought it would be. My favorite kid is, I think it ended up being KB.
Oh yeah,
I thought Visor.
I thought she did an excellent. I liked her story, and I liked I thought the actress did a great job with her. I think that she turned out to be my favorite, and she did a lot of cool stuff. And that the episode, Zero Friends Again, where they're on with the crab things.
Oh yeah.
And like her system shut down.
Yeah,
that whole scene. I was like, I would love to hear the backstory about the accident and how that happened. But I thought they did a good job with that. Like she was just like, basically shutting down. And she's just like, if I tell people that I can't do as much as everybody else, then I'll have no friends again, like zero friends and stuff. So I liked her character as a kid. So I thought she was the most well-rounded kid character. I thought. I mean, you gotta love Neil, but because
Yeah,
he's an
it's all right.
elephant.
And I applaud that kid for wearing that outfit the whole time. So uncomfortable.
I thought her name was Fern, right? Fern.
Yes.
I thought her and Jod had some pretty awesome scenes together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did good. She I can see her going on and doing some bigger movies and stuff. She was the kid in the new Firestarter.
Oh, okay.
I think pretty good job on that.
So I had a theory about Fern and Wynn, which it's not true, and if it is true, it sort of ruins the show for me. that Wynn turns out to be Finn,
Oh, no.
and that Fern turns out to be Phasma. And I was just like, no, that's stupid.
No connection. There's no.
I don't want any connection. I just want it to be its own thing.
Yeah,
No.
please, just no connection.
No, because I mean, well, when do they become stormtroopers? Like in that program, are they not at birth, or is it like
No, Finn was taken as a child.
No, it's not. His name's not Finn.
Well, no, yeah.
No, and his name
and all
was
his
never
W's
Finn,
are
actually.
F's now.
Yeah,
But they're
was
not
his
doing
number.
that. It was just like somebody's like, "What if?" And I'm like, "No, that's stupid."
nah.
But yeah, I would love to
I
see
know.
the kids back in something in a second season.
Well, they kind of hinted, like when Wynn was staring at the X-wings, it kind of seemed like, oh, that's what I'm going to do.
Right. Yeah. That's why, I mean, in terms of like that final episode, and I get what Ryan's saying about not needing necessarily like a wrap up, but even if like they did like an epilogue or something where they like jump 6 months into the future, just to kind of see, because again, I mean, if you're building this series, and we can talk about the ratings here in a minute, but if you're thinking that we need to make sure that it's nice and complete and done in case we don't do more, it would have been great to see the repercussions that, okay, well, somehow you have not raised an eyebrow that you haven't had contact with the Republic in 20 plus years. All this has happened. There's a new Republic, and now what is Atton's place in that? And then where the kids might be going, and maybe like Wynn's like, hey, I'm going to be a pilot. I'm signing up for pilot school or something, and then you see Jod like sneaking onto a freighter that's like taken off or something. They've been looking for him for 6 months. They can't find him. I don't know, just a little something that doesn't necessarily wrap it up, but gives you a little bit of a satisfying conclusion to what happens to the planet, what happened to this guy.
I don't think
because even
I don't think we'd like what would happen to the planet.
We
probably wouldn't.
No, because I think the resistance would be like, we saved your butt. Give us, basically, we need the funds to build
all that money.
Yeah, and they would probably just take it and be like, you're part of us now, and we need this for the cause. And most people would be like, or people watching would be like, that's dumb. Like,
even like the Goonies, like if you think about Goonies, it wrapped up.
Yeah.
Kind of in the end. It wasn't just like, hey, we made it out of the cave.
Credits.
And it was done.
Leave their home.
It was, we made it out of the cave. The parents are there. We're discussing everything that happened. We see the ship sailing off. Oh, we still got money in our pocket. Oh, we're saved.
Well, that's pretty much what happened in Skeleton Crew. They found the girl on the ship. All the gold fell out. They had the treasure.
But the bad guy's still there, just standing there, and they just kind of leave. They didn't really they didn't really get any treasure.
They had the housekeeper come out,
but they didn't.
It was.
I never think about that. If this was a movie, if this was the end of a Star Wars movie, is this how they would have ended it? Of course not.
If this was a Star Wars movie, is this how they would end it? Yes, because they would be making another one. I mean, if you think about the Star Wars movies, think about the end of Empire Strikes Back.
But it ends with a conclusion.
It ends with them staring out a window, and then it's like,
and where's Lando? Lando and Chewie. We're gonna meet you on Tatooine. We're gonna go find Han Solo. I mean, it's not like Slave One takes off and credits.
At this point in this point in the Disney Star Wars era, I am completely happy with them just saying, "Here's a show." and not giving us hope that there's going to be more.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying there doesn't need to be.
I don't want that.
More. When they made the first Back to the Future movie, they didn't know they're making 2 and 3, but there was an ending. Marty didn't wake up and go, "Hey, my parents are rich." Robert Zemeckis. I mean, there was a little bit more there to kind of.
Maybe they just ran out of money.
Yeah, maybe that speeder bike chase did look really good.
What did y'all think about the supervisor's death?
What did you think about the supervisor? Did you
or the big R2D2 looking?
Did you think he was going to be a droid, Katrin?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I didn't think
you thought he was going to be a droid.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that all of the other ones, I don't know what you call those droids that were walking around, but I thought it probably was that way, that it was run by some kind of robot.
Yeah, he got the Snoke treatment.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So
you might seem really easy, but I mean, he did have a lightsaber, I guess. But
you might hate me for this, but it made me think of She-Hulk. It's like Feige.
I can see that.
It's a robot. I kind of wish it wasn't a droid.
Yeah.
I was still hoping that there was going to be a tie-in with the space captain, the old, like the one that was dead, and he was going to be in charge somehow or something.
Like the Wizard of Oz.
That's what I was. Yeah. That's what I was hoping too. I was again, since they were taking pages from like other pirate stuff. I thought, okay, in pirate lore, some pirates, they stole all this money and whatnot, and some of them retired into the Caribbean. They changed their names and they became, governors of Jamaica or whatever. I was like, this is going to be something similar. They're not showing us what Tack Renard looks like. They're not showing us who the supervisor is. He crashed. He couldn't leave the planet with all the money. Said he kind of liked it there. He's protected. He's safe. No one can ever find him or arrest him. He's just going to run the place. So, but they didn't do that.
Yeah, they went with the
R2's. It was R2's dad.
They went with the. They went with the story that basically, when something's in charge and you just don't question anything, that this is just life every day, same thing every day, which is sort of like a droid or a robot, just same thing every day, which makes sense that the supervisor would just be a droid that nobody sees but believes there. It would have been cool to see the pirate, but I'm glad they didn't do. I'm sort of glad that they just kept it as a droid and didn't do the acolyte thing at the end where it's like some pirate peeking out from behind the curtain and then be like, oh, he was there all the time type thing. I don't know. It was cool. And I liked that basically there wasn't a big fight. He just pulled out the lightsaber and was just like, okay. Because it was just a droid. I mean, it wasn't like...
Yeah, it was, I guess.
Just a brain.
Just like, oh.
He just stabbed it in the brain and all its appendage just died.
It didn't have any kind of defense system at all.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I was just like, I would think the length of a lightsaber just would have been just the camera system in that.
Right.
And that was it.
Because that head was all the important stuff was up front.
It was right in the eye.
It was a really long lightsaber.
Yeah.
But it was a dramatic moment, right? You're
just
like, crap. What do we do now? It's like he's really gonna take this over, and it just became this thing of he's taking over, and it's just bad, and all the pirates are going to come in, and it's just going to be they're going to take over. And
so the great work, what is the great work? Just minting coin? Is that the great work?
So. Yeah.
Everyone talks about it, but they never really.
Basically, the great work is providing funds to the old republic, and then that's what they think they're still doing because they don't know
that everyone never comes to pick it up.
Yeah, they don't know. They just say that the emissary is coming, or I don't know.
Yeah, because that's where I got a little confused, and I thought they were going to explain it, but then they didn't. Because when they ended up on the planet that was like Adden, and they end up in that chamber, and there's like the coordinates to all the other planets, and then I was like, oh, okay, so this is a network, and then we go to see the owl, oh my gosh, there was like these planets, kind of like, explaining the Infinity Stones. There's these 5 hidden planets, and yada 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 yada. It's like, mystery. Ooh, what is this mystery? We're not telling you. Only if we get a season 2, which we probably won't get.
They
So you're
explained
never
it a
going to
little
find
bit,
out.
didn't
What's that?
they explained it a little bit, didn't they? About
Did
the
they?
5 planets?
About
And
the
how
5,
that
what
the
they
Adon was the
were?
only one that was kept hidden and survived, and the rest were destroyed in some battle. I'm pretty sure
They said
explained
that the other ones had been destroyed, but then they seemed
Yeah.
like they were on one. Because they were like, this is just like home, but it was like a battle-ridden.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that was destroyed.
Yeah.
But that whole I think that whole
combine it.
episode was just to find was just for Neil to find the big cannon.
Honestly, I felt that way in the finale, and when I was out, I was like, "Oh, that was the reason for that entire episode."
Yeah,
for him
just
to
to
learn how to
find the
fire a
cannon.
gun.
Yeah, he shot once or something.
Yeah,
And it was like, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. I would have thought that like these planets would have been Palpatine's one thing to really get at first. All the money.
Again, I mean, that's why I just was having a hard time believing that this was set up during the Old Republic. He comes into power, and no one in his administration, no one knows about this place. No one, really? Somebody's been going to pick up money. I mean,
yeah, I thought that was
whoever it is has to be corrupt, so they got to be on the side of the Empire.
You would think. I don't know. Unless they're going to try to tie it. That's how he ended up funding all of his secret under ice Star Destroyers.
Yeah. This is my clone money.
Yes, but
did you have a favorite episode?
Ooh.
I don't know if I have a favorite episode.
I'm trying to think. I like the episode where they went to the pirate planet. That was cool.
Yeah,
that was good. I like that one.
So speaking of that, what did y'all think of Wolfman?
I liked him because he was a cut character from episode 4. He was supposed to be in the cantina scene, or that race, not that person, but that race.
What? Isn't he in there? Isn't he the one that loses the arm?
No.
Oh no.
He was supposed to be like in the background as just one of the aliens, but they cut that out. I liked him. I liked how he died. I thought that was a good way to get rid of him.
Yeah, that was good. I liked him. I wish his mechanical mouth thing would have worked a little bit better.
Yeah.
With his talking. I get wanting to do it practical and align with Star Wars and everything and how things like that.
Yeah,
that's a good point. It could have been just a little bit more articulated in some way.
It started to feel like a mask. Yeah.
It definitely felt like a mask to me the whole time. Yeah.
And I thought about that too. I mean, that's kind of the style of Star Wars, like you said, for the villains or bad guys, and but it did just feel really kind of mask-like, and I felt like it was a He-Man figure or something.
Yeah, that one especially, and maybe it was because it had fur on it.
Yeah, it was just weird.
Maybe that's why it really stood out from the other ones. Like, because the Neil one, you didn't really see his mouth a lot, but every now and then you could see it, and you would see it kind of flapping and moving, and it looked pretty good. But yeah, I don't know, that one specifically to me, it's just like
He made a great first mate. I like that line. He's like, he makes a great first mate, but if you really want to do something, like right to his face,
he
just tells him that you make a good first mate, but that's it.
And
I did like the character, and I like the voice.
And then we had Jaleel White.
Oh yeah. He said, did I do that?
When the ship was starting to get attacked at the end, I fully expected him to say something.
Right.
Oh no, did I do that?
Did I do that?
He went down with the ship though, didn't he? He didn't abandon ship.
Yes, they all did, man. I don't know.
People were leaving, and he was like, where are you going? You gotta stay with the ship. He stayed.
He
stayed and went down with the ship. So poor Urkel's gone, I guess. It was very funny
quick.
seeing him there.
Yeah.
TGIF. Star Wars TGIF. Yeah, I thought I'm trying to think of anything bad. I even liked the owl character was interesting. I thought
Yeah.
I liked all the characters. I like the spa planet. I liked that the pirate's lair turned into a spa planet. Oh, that was hilarious.
That was weird.
Oh,
Yeah, that was funny.
There for a second when they went to get help from the owl lady, I was like, is she going to end up being bad? Because they were like, don't
Yeah, I
trust
thought so.
anybody.
Mhm.
And they were like, oh no, they didn't leave, did they? And then like I just knew something was going to happen there.
Yeah.
But it all worked out.
It
So that's
all
good.
worked
I'm glad it did work out for him that way. But
Can trust owls.
yeah, they're wise.
They're very wise.
See, I thought I had read something that in Dave Filoni's movie, which is supposed to come, the Mandoverse or whatever, the characters from Skeleton Crew are supposed to.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it will be the kids, if it will be John and some of the pirates, or I kind of feel like it should probably be John and the pirates.
It's going to be Vane. It's just going to be Vane coming back.
Yeah.
Since he was already the Mandalorian. Like, that's your Skeleton Crew character.
Yeah.
Because that's how it lines up, right? This is right around the time of Mandalorian. So
Something
yeah,
like
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
probably the pirates, because we've seen pirates.
Right.
Mandalorian.
Right.
Probably John. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know.
It's Neil. He becomes a bounty hunter.
Yeah,
He might. He knows how to fire that gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, what do we think? I mean,
we
mentioned about season 2, and needing to say something for season 2. What do we think are the likelihoods of a season 2? Since Acolyte has hurt the viewership of Skeleton Crew so early.
Yeah,
I know that the director or directors are two directors.
There were several actually,
or like the people in charge, whoever's in charge of the show,
showrunners.
The showrunners, they have said that they want season 2. What's his name? Wow. Jod, actor.
Favreau.
Jude Law.
No.
Jude Law said he would love to do a season 2, which is good. I think if they do a season 2, that's where we could get some of the exploring of the behind what's going on with the
what comes next.
Yeah, or who's been coming to get all the money. Like maybe they'll come back for their next shipment of money, and then we'll find out it's very, very bad people, and they won't. That can lead to some adventures. But I hope they do a season 2. I don't know if they will, but if they don't, then I'm also sort of okay with it because it was a good show.
Yeah, because there's a chance it won't be good if they keep going.
Yeah, it was a good show. So
they ruin things.
Either make a season 2 that's as good or better, or just don't make a season 2.
Or spin it off into something else.
Yeah, well, I had forgotten that we're going to tie it in with the Mando verse.
Maybe
so
it may
just be a setup for that, and that's it. And that's okay, I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, I enjoyed it.
The more I think about the Mando verse thing, I'm just like, I don't know if it's like the superstars of wrestling. They're all all these people coming together, and it's gonna have to work. Yeah,
the more I hear about that kind of stuff, I mean, like hearing about plot points for the Mando Grogu movie, I'm like, I might be out. I don't know. It's not exciting me at all. And after the disappointing Mando season 3, and then after the Acolyte, I saw, I think Critical Drinker did a review, kind of mentioning about how the Acolyte has hurt, Star Wars. It's hurt the viewership of Skeleton Crew, and suggesting that Star Wars might be wise to take a break for several years. And I don't know that I disagree. I kind of feel like they keep throwing the ball and they keep swinging, and sometimes they sort of get a hit, but they've been missing a lot, knocking balls into the stands and stuff. And it's just after a while you're just kind of like. And I think that's what happened. I think after the Acolyte, I'd be very curious, not that you can, but if they could have flipped them and had Skeleton Crew come out first, would it have done better? And would that have led higher numbers going into the Acolyte? and then Acolyte would have disappointed everyone.
Oh yeah, it was still disappointed everyone.
But
yeah,
I just you get to the point. I don't know. Where, I think for a lot of people, they've been burned too many times. And it's kind of like, I'm not. I don't really want to invest 8 hours in this or whatever. I'm just gonna. You tell me if it's good, and then maybe I'll watch it. That kind of.
I think if they take the creators or the money people, if they take anything from the Skeleton Crew, because I've only heard positive feedback.
Mm-hmm.
If they take anything, then they should take, hey, Star Wars fans just want a really good adventure. That's it. You don't need to read into it. Just give us a good Star Wars adventure.
Yeah.
And that's all we want. And we'll be happy with it. You don't have to make it about anything. Just real world stuff or anything. Just make a good Star Wars adventure with good acting, good effects, and we will be happy and we will love it.
I mean, and John could use the Force. There was a lightsaber in the show.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting. Yeah. I thought there would be none, but there was. But they didn't try to redesign how the Force works, or I didn't have parents, and I woke up one day and I was just alive with the Force. They didn't do any of that. It was a story, and then this character happened to have these abilities. There happened to be a lightsaber in the treasure room, which I'm sure people are like, whose lightsaber is it? Is it Ahsoka's lightsaber? Is it this one's lightsaber? It's just a lightsaber.
Just a lightsaber.
Don't freaking worry about it.
And they even poked fun of the Force and stuff. Like, it was funny. It was like, oh, he's just using strings or mirrors or what. I was like, it's funny. It's just a good adventure. Something that you can watch with the whole family with some popcorn and have fun and don't have to think too much. Mm-hmm. That's what we need.
And they actually mentioned Treasure Planet at one point, which I was like, oh, they said it. They said Treasure Planet. Nice. And I was like, because there were scenes in there, man, that felt like they were almost at a Treasure Planet when they go to.
Yeah.
I think it's when they go to the pirate port or whatever. I was like, well, that looks like the thing in Treasure Planet when they go to the. Yeah. I felt like it had more in common with like pirate movies than it did with Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Which was fine.
Which was good with that. Yeah.
And not a Skywalker mentioned at all. That's how you do a Star Wars thing without the Skywalkers.
Thank goodness.
That was the end. That was the ending thing that they cut out.
Yeah, it's like, by the way,
Wynn was going to be like, you know what? I'm changing my last name.
Skywalker.
What's your name, kid? Wim Skywalker. Why did you say their name?
I guess technically they don't even know about any of that, right?
No. That's why all the little hollows that he's looking at with like Jedis and stuff in there is all like these weird like images and because they know stuff. But one thing too, I mean, you mentioned about have bad guys been coming to pick up the money the whole time? I don't know that anyone's been picking up the money because R2's dad said that the last message they got was that the Jedis were traitors.
It's true.
So I liked that line.
That was cool.
It's like, so which is the truth? Are you?
I know. He was like, "You got me. I stabbed." You didn't see that coming. I stabbed you.
You got something in your eye.
They could have had the droids up there cleaning the place, though. I mean, there was dust everywhere. Probably got in all his circuits stuff.
That's true.
They just cleaned it. There's no.
The biggest thing that we got from the show is we found out that there is a microwave in Star Wars. Because when they came back home and he heated up the food, we know what a microwave looks like. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Oh, nothing like a good home cooked meal."
Well, apparently, like that planet wasn't just from the Old Republic; it was from like Earth, 1980s, 1990s. So. That's how long it had been there.
Yeah, maybe so.
It had gone a long, long time in a far off galaxy.
That was just a remodel of Elliot's house.
Yeah.
But they did have the circus people from the holiday special, which had Luke Skywalker in it and the Wookiees. How did that happen?
Maybe those are old videos.
It's like kids watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah. Grandpa Chewy was all into that, man. He's probably been watching those videos since he was just a little bear, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it's good. Maybe the sequel will just be Captain EO. Maybe that's what the sequel will be.
Well, it was funny because when they walked into where the supervisor was, right?
Yeah.
There was all these cables hanging and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like when they go see the Supreme Leader in Captain EO. I was like, if Angelica Houston comes like falling down from the ceiling, I'm gonna lose my mind. Because I love Captain EO. So it's just like,
Well, cool.
What they could have done. Wynn could have put on like this white jacket at the end.
I know.
With this like rainbow striped t-shirt underneath. Yeah. Come on, guys. We're going on another adventure.
They should have like when he was in his bedroom, they could have like panned to the closet and you just see the coat like hanging there. That would have been sort of funny.
That'd been awesome.
Yeah. Anyways. All right. Well, another show is in the bag, I guess. Another roundtable done, and I'm glad that this roundtable ends on a positive note. Because did we even do one for Acolyte? I don't even remember.
Yes. Why would we?
Maybe. We talked about it.
We talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it. I hadn't watched hardly any of it.
We just talked about it.
Good.
It wasn't worthy.
Now we should watch it.
No. I just had a good taste put in my back of my mouth for Star Wars shows. Let's not go back. I kind of want to
feel depressed again.
I don't know what's coming up next for Star Wars. Oh, Andor. Andor will be out this year. Spring, right?
Nice.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, so Andor season 2. The next Marvel thing. Well, I mean, What If was out. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched any either.
I started it, and it was the second one was like,
no.
Is it as depressing as the other seasons?
I don't
know.
The first one was great, and then the second one was just kind of a bomb, and then the next one was okay, I guess. But
yeah, it's kind of up and down. Is fun, but again, they start to like tie everything together.
Yeah.
Towards the end of it, and I'm just like, I don't want that. I just want like cool, like what if
standalone stories, man. They don't need to,
And there's so much to choose from. And the one episode I think you're talking about is with Howard the Duck.
Yeah. Or no, that was I don't remember what the second. Maybe that was it. I don't know. It was okay. It was weird.
It was weird. It was really weird. It's like all and like basically it's you know the girl from Thor who's like the
Darcy,
the helper.
Yeah.
Darcy. Yeah. It's what if her and Howard the Duck hooked up?
Oh gosh.
And had a kid.
What?
And everybody wants the egg.
This is why I don't watch What Ifs.
And so it's just like, really? It's just like, you couldn't do like, what if, like the Hulk used the snap at the end of Infinity War or anything? It's like, no, what if Howard the Duck and Darcy had a kid?
We only have 8 episodes. We have to make sure that we're top quality, all of this stuff. So,
all right. Yeah. Well, maybe not a watch. Next Marvel thing will be the new Captain America movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Which I'm scared for.
And Daredevil, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Marvel
Daredevil.
Television.
Yeah.
I noticed that on the
February.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed that on the trailer for Daredevil. It said Marvel Television. I hadn't noticed that before. It usually says Marvel Studios or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they changed it. I forget. It's been a couple of series now, I think, that they changed it to Marvel Television. And in front of like What If and X-Men 97, it's a Marvel animation.
That's good.
And if you're playing Marvel Rivals, and you should be, it says Marvel Games.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll try it again. I'll play somebody different. Well, Ray, thanks for coming back on.
Of course.
We'll have you back on for our next roundtable, whatever that will be. We shall see here in the future. Dun, dun, dun. But I think this was a successful one. I had great fun with Skeleton Crew. I can't wait to see what's next, if they do something else with them. And then we'll be back. Hopefully, we're back on schedule. Next week we'll be on Living with the Lance Peter, and then next week we'll be back with iamGEEK with something new, hopefully.
It's the plan.
It's the plan. We're back 2025, baby.
Woo, woo.
Unless the world blows up or something, we will be here.
Oh,
You never know. You never know these days.
No, the way things are going, my gosh. Fires and snow and ice.
Yep. But we may have snow here next week.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Well,
if you're having snow, that means me and Chris are probably going to have snow. We don't want any more snow.
Here's the thing.
the ice
kids,
finally went away in my driveway.
The kids would love for it to snow here some. I would love for it to snow here. But the problem is, when we get snow and stuff like that here, any kind of weather that's not hot, the power goes out. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Just stay hot. I'm fine.
We only do hot in this house.
Yeah, we only do hot in Houston. When it gets cold at all, it's just like, oh, sorry, the power doesn't work anymore. So snow would be fun, but I'm okay without it too. So I mean, I would love to see it, but if it means no power, then stay away.
Just do a Google image search.
I want to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. We'll fly somewhere that has snow or something. With a good deal from Upon a Star Travel, and that's how I'm going to end it for tonight.
Bam! Hook!
We'll see you next time on iamGEEK. Good night.
Bye-bye.